So Rob, on your website, I can see that WeCare have helped over 500 courier and haulage companies in the last 18 months. What factors do you think have contributed to your success here?
So Justin, we were very fortunate that around 18 months ago, we got an inquiry from a DPD franchisee, and it led us to discover that DPD were moving away from company issue devices and forcing the franchisees to bring their own devices.
Oh, wow.
We were also very fortunate that a couple of those franchisees let us into their world and shared with us the problems around mobile devices in this space. And what that allowed us to do is it allowed us to bring a best of breed of a number of different suppliers and partners that provided what we thought would be the perfect solution for the sector. So we work with a company called Saffman, who are experts in rugged devices. They have a particular device that is virtually unbreakable. They're so confident on the screens that they will offer you 2 free screen replacements during the first 24 months.
Gosh.
Because they're that confident the screens won't be broken. We partner with a 3 network for airtime because 3 is award winning in terms of the data coverage, and data is the key factor in terms of running the apps that work with this sector. And we work with a provider called 51T who do the charging cradles or wireless charging cradles that obviously for the man on the street, a normal phone holder will work. But if you're doing 150 drops a day and you're driving the amount of miles that the average last mile courier will drive, then standard won't work. And because we were able to bring together all these in one package at a very cost-effective price point, that allowed us to win around 250 DPD franchises and recently become a VAS partner for Amazon as part of their delivery service program, which we are now rolling out as part of their initiative.
Wow. Just some things you touched on there. Having worked as a courier myself, what I did observe from the video was the ease which the driver can attach and reattach and take off rather the handset. And also the ruggedness gives them so much confidence, because when I was doing the job, I was always aware of the fact that I could drop my phone, break it, whatever, because I was just using my mobile. So fantastic feature. Fantastic feature.
And I think what we didn't understand, first of all, for you or the man on the street, is what happens is, you're happy to plug your phone into your in-car charger, unplug it, and it might take a few seconds, and that doesn't really make any difference. But if you're doing 150 drops a day,
Absolutely.
and you have SLAs in which you need to hit, then the ability just to clip it on via a magnet, take it off, that to be charging the whole time, means that you are not going to get behind on your route, and makes your life and your employers happy and makes life much easier.
I tell you, I wish I'd had one. It'd been amazing. So just following on from that, what do you feel that the most prominent handset manufacturers such as Apple and Samsung have done so little in the area of rugged phones, and that it is so critical to this sector?
So I think the handset is really important, and what people normally do when they have to provide a handset for the couriers is they just look on the normal places, the Apple website, the Samsung website. But those manufacturers not well suited to this sector. Samsung have done some stuff in this sector, but actually you need a very specific rugged device. You need a device that has 10,000 milliamps of battery so that you can get at least a full day's charge out of it. And you need a device that if you're carrying a load of packages and the phone drops off the top, or you leave it on top of the van and it falls off, that actually you're not going to be left scuppered mid-route with a broken phone. That means that you can't do your job. So as I say, through our partnership with Tough Phone, we've managed to source a device that actually has the 10,000 milliamp battery, has this guarantee around the screen, and just does the job. That's not to say that the Apples or Samsungs of this world won't do this job on a day-to-day basis, but if you've been using one of those for 3 or 6 months and they've been dropped a number of times and batteries on charge the whole time, you will find that you are replacing those devices on a much more regular basis. So the cost of ownership over the course of the whole contract becomes much, much lower if you get devices that are built for the sector.
Yeah, purpose-built. Days of old, Nokia, before they came into the sector with you guys, they were so renowned for batteries lasting days upon days upon days. So people, I imagine, would probably tap back into that memory. It's like, wow, yeah, they were really good. If they're doing them now, they're getting even better.
Yeah, that's absolutely the point. And I think for most of us, who have chargers in the car or not, you're not away from a charging point the whole time, it's less of an issue. In this sector, it's a big issue, and the 10,000 milliamp battery is a key factor of a part of our success.
Definitely, well, I can really see that. So, which mobile network do you think caters best for the sector?
So I think mobile networks have got much better over time, and they all, they all have very good data and voice coverage. We have partnered with the Three network here for two main reasons. First reason is a price point. Last mile courier sector is a very competitive industry. Keeping costs down are vitally important, and Three has the most cost-effective tariffs on the market. And I think the second reason is the quality and speed of Three's network, both on 4G and 5G, which is award-winning and ideally suited for the sector where data is the key factor.
Brilliant. No, I can see that being a major component, a major factor in that. What can courier and haulage companies do to improve their own security and compliance when they provide company mobiles to their drivers? Yeah, that must be a really big point.
Yes, I think it is, because I think control of the drivers is it's a big issue, or control of the phones is probably a big issue. So we partner with a company called Scale Fusion, who offer a mobile device management solution. What that solution does is effectively it turns the smartphone into a dumb phone. The driver will only see the apps on the phone, Waves, Maps, whatever the bespoke software that you're using. So you know that they're not going to be running down the battery or wasting battery by using stuff that's not relevant. It also gives much more compliance in terms of security of the data. If a phone is lost, or if a driver disappears and you don't get the phone back, you have the ability to remote wipe that device. And finally, we're all a bit lazy about updating our apps and our software and the security risk, and you get the alerts and you still don't do it. So what the software does is it forces updates to the latest versions of security and software. So you're always running the latest version of the app, and you're always running the latest version of the Android software. So you're always going to be compliant.
Wow. Because I mean, I'm just thinking when you talked about that and about security, the whole cyber element now, that's just such a growing concern. It's like a news story every other week about someone, big companies being hacked into you never thought would be. So to have that data security must be a real peace of mind for the operator.
Yes, because if you're a DPD or an Amazon, you're holding sensitive customer data on that device, admittedly through the app.
Yeah.
But if someone were to get into that device, then they would potentially have access to that data, and locking down to make sure that you have the latest versions of security, latest versions of the app, and also the ability to remote wipe the device should it disappear, gives peace of mind.
Totally. Well, I think that's been a really interesting discussion, Rob. Lovely to have the time with you today. And we look forward to really growing the partnership with couriersdepot.com over the next coming months and years, and see where the project goes.
And we're really excited to work with couriersdepot.com. So thank you very much for taking the time to come in today.
Not at all. It's our pleasure.
All right. Thank you, Justin.